absolutely nuts. It's like Square Enix just shot their load everywhere. But I've gone on media blackout from this trailer, and yeah, I'm not going to be viewing any more media until the game actually launches. I don't want to spoil anything further. I've already found out that the Mog House from the Gold Saucer is somewhere in the world map, and some other stuff. So I don't want to know anymore. I just want to go into the game and have my mind blown. But if we pop back through the trailer a bit, there's a couple of awesome bits and pieces. Obviously this whole merging of worlds thing is pretty cool. That there are kind of like two separate instances occurring and they're gonna collide with one another. Let's have a quick...
Don't like it.
Ready to fire, sir.
For a second.
Welcome to the New World Order.
There we go. Right, so I can talk without this blowing everybody to pieces. Already they've showed off a heck ton of mini games, which is really, really cool. Like the parade, for instance, there. All these places, locations that you're going to go to. There's underneath Junon there, Cosmo Canyon. They show Gungaga as well, which is pretty cool. That's further up the map. Some battles on the beach. A bit further. That looks like Medial area, not quite grasslands. And then, of course, flashback sequences. Very dramatic and dynamic. Sephiroth slicing open the pod instead of the pod just inexplicably malfunctioning and spitting out a monster. Kate Sith is back. I'm going to get slapped up in the chat and comments and everything for saying that, because that's supposedly not how the name is pronounced, but it's written Kate Sith, and I will say Kate Sith. Chocobos. Black chocobo climbing a mountain. This here, this blue one, which you would think would be a river chocobo, there's no need for river chocobos because you can swim in the rivers and in the ocean. All of the characters have a swimming animation. This is what it's, I believe, is a sky chocobo, and it can kind of like fly and glide around. That's pretty awesome. That gives you a lot of verticality to play with while you're out in the map and give you great views of what they've created. At the same time, you know, having a completely different gameplay experience to running around the world map. Segway, everybody memeing on the Segway, saying it's the best thing in the world. I can't wait to ride that thing around. And then the wandering people. This has to be in Medial. People think it may be before Medial, but the folding screens, the wandering puppets, and this guy here, who I think is the doctor that you speak to in Medial. Yeah, good solid story stuff. I don't know what that guy's doing over there. He's bugging out. He's just like walking into the folding screen. He's like, don't look at me. And then Sephiroth's still playing with Cloud's head, obviously. Midgazolem, looking beefier than before. I can't remember the name of that creature. This here, on the beach, that is a beach plug that they are fighting. And that's the monster that you can draw the enemy skill Big Guard from. What's the bet that you're able to do this in this game and have, like, OP defense? That would be good fun. Like, using an enemy skill and having all your characters have a guard on them instead of casting, like, wall or barrier. Good fun. Synergy attacks going on here, one between Barret and Yuffie. And then they show Aerith and Kate Sith. This is crazy. The fact that Cloud and Sephiroth are fighting the Materia Keeper together instead of some random dragon in Nibelheim, this this is a massive payoff, like a boss battle at the end of the flashback. That's kind of awesome. Instead of just, oh, our truck hit a dragon, let's fight it. Sephiroth killed it with one blow. This battle here is going to be fun. I've been told there's a demo. I don't really want to watch it. I just want to experience it for myself, so I'm not going to do that. What's in the trailer, I'll take that, that's fine. We've got this nice synergy attack between Cloud and Sephiroth as well, where they both get their beauty shots. So Sephiroth's gorgeous L'Oreal hair going on. Is the demo actually public? It's not on consoles. I think the demo was just on the show floor. Was it a Tokyo Game Show exclusive? Because people got to play it, and I think some influencers got to experience it. There's a lot of videos going about. I won't be watching those either. I don't want this spoiled, like any more than it already has been in this trailer, which has delivered. It's just said, hey look, all of this stuff is going to be in this part of the game. We're not holding back. That's kind of how I felt a little bit with the Resident Evil 4 remake as well, but now that's kind of been quelled because we have separate ways. Anyway, fighting a Materia Keeper. Will it come back later, or is this just the battle? Because the Materia Keeper never made much sense in the original. He's blocking a path that you have to go through, but he's just kind of standing there. It's like, oh, this guy's tough. One of my friends couldn't beat it and therefore gave up. And that's like before the game even kicked off, like Megas proper. It's just like, I can't do the Materia Keeper. I throw the towel in. That's kind of sad. And a shame. And there was like a save point right there. Could he not have just like power leveled? And we get to see summons now. Sorry, going on a tangent there. Alexander, which looks phenomenal and massive, and also in the VR training, or like the VR missions. This is Kajata, undoubtedly. Oh. Sorry, chat. It's really hard to get a freeze frame of this thing, but we can slow it down. Look at him. There we go. Look at his face. He's not quite. He was like a boar or a bull in the original game. In this, they're representing all of his different elements on his head there. He has like multi sets of eyes and faces. That's really fucking cool. There wasn't really any hard parts in OG FF7 unless you count the weapons. The story weapons are pretty easy to beat, aren't they? I mean, optionally, there's Ultima weapon, Ruby weapon, and Emerald weapon. And you, like, if you want Cloud's ultimate weapon, you have to chase Ultima weapon around and crash into it at various locations and then fight it there. That's kind of tough and a bit of a cat and mouse thing to do in the game. Emerald weapon and Ruby weapon are pretty damn tough. They're designed to kind of like wipe you off the map immediately unless you strategize for the battle. And in a day where you only had kind of like magazines, or like extra booklets with magazines that had kind of like game walkthroughs and things in, finding out how to defeat those things on your own and work your materia up and level your characters and get in a position where you could fight them and win was really, really tough. You had to kind of, nowadays, you can find your loadouts or the best strategy or whatnot to fight those creatures just like on game FAQs and anywhere on the internet, and it makes it really, really easy. But back in the day, that was tough. That was a good challenge, and beating them like back then on the PlayStation was kind of like extra kind of smug mode enabled. It's like, have you beat these? And people are like, nah, it was too hard. And you're like, yeah, did it. Massive win. Anyway, so yeah, Jata, or Jata, confirmed. Odin, looking sharp as heck. I wonder if that's the same model. I imagine that's the same model that they used for their cutscenes in Crisis Core, because he looks exactly the same. And then off to the Gold Saucer they go. This is cool because it flashes a couple of things here. Andrea coming back from Honeybee Inn, performing on the grand stage at the Gold Saucer. That's pretty damn wicked. And some random people here. We don't know who these people are. They could just be NPCs. But the lady on the left-hand side of the screen looks like she's wearing a lab coat for some reason. And that just confuses the heck out of me. Maybe she's taken the day off. Maybe she's just a Shinra employee and she's having fun at the Gold Saucer. Who knows? Yuffie's dressed up. And that means that this must be part of the, I'm going to say the date night. It's the costume for the date night. Because Aerith and Tifa aren't dressed up, they're in their normal costumes. Dio, looking pretty damn boss. And then more mini-games. There's a Chocobo racing. We've got this little battler looking nice and polygonal, which is cool. G-Bike. And then everybody's favourite side character that nobody really gives some monkeys about. Kyrie. Oh, I want to go on the Barrett date. That's going to be amazing. Did you ever notice in the original FF7 that of all of the dates you go on, the only one that Cloud goes on willingly is he kind of just walks and follows Barrett, while everybody else, like all of the girls, push him out of the room to go on the date, kind of against his will. It's bizarre. But it's for the lols. Now, this character featured in Intergrade, and, you know, she... Wait, no. She's in the original as well. She was in Intergrade, and I remember her being in that because she was one of the people that you played Fort Condor against. And for some reason she wanted you to pay her to play her, which is really annoying. But yeah, she was, spoilers, the granddaughter of the Angel of the Slums, if I'm remembering correctly. And in this instance, we're seeing Zack approach her with Cloud and then just kind of dump him. He's like, hey, look after my friend, because I've got to go and do some shit. Something's not right.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit.
Just for a bit. Until he wanders off to the North Crater. This guy, who is this hooded chap here? People say that it's the guy from First Soldier, which I know nothing about, so I best do some research before I play this game. And then we get a tease at the planetary weapons, which is what we were just talking about. But what is this thing? It looks like a big lizard. My boy Vincent's back in it. They don't even show his face. That's mean. They don't even show Vincent's pretty face. And then the big dramatic conclusion to the trailer here. I need a quick gaze at the weapon again, sorry. It's got a big eye. Tifa is swimming in the live stream. What is this? Is this... It's not part of Bugenhagen's observatory. This looks like it's happening in Medeal. And that's a pretty cool screen as well, by the way. She looks pretty damn worried about what she's seeing, while also surrounded by beautiful green. Yeah, this weapon here, it's got a pointy face and an eyeball, but then it has a really big eyeball. Is it Emerald weapon? Look at that. It's not Emerald Weapon, it's got like arms.
It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds
This happening right here, I think that's the intro to the game. It's like a recollection of what happened at the end of Remake, but from the other instances party. So this is where they get wiped out by the tornado. And then, you know, whatever happens there, it will then roll on to maybe the flashback or, you know, the group at Calm. We will see. Ka-ching! Rebirth. A 2-disc thing gets me every time. Oh my god, it's the twin pack pre-order start. Make sure you get your twin pack pre-order start so that you can get ahead of everybody else. Anyway, let's get out of applications and jump into what we're actually here to do, which was just to chill out and drift some cars.